Welcome. How are you all? Right. Eldonna, Egyptian famous. Alexandra, Grace, Bart, welcome. So, Hannah, Maine, all about Maine, and Jaguar, welcome. Thanks for doing the list, Egyptian famous. It's muchly appreciated. That makes my life so much easier. So, I just need questions from Eldonna, famous, Egyptian famous, and Alexandra to start with. Let's do the three of you. Let's get that started, and then after I've done those three, I'll then do Grace, Bart, and Zoana, and then I'll do All About Maine and Jaguar. And don't forget, donations do take priority, and they will give you more information if you want a lot more information in your reading. Okay, Eldonna, let's start with the cats rule the earth. I don't know why I just felt like cats rule the earth. Oh, Bart, you just popped in to say hello. That's great. Thanks very much for your support. Muchly appreciated. Eldonna wants a general. So what does Eldonna need to know at the moment? What's important for Eldonna? Right, let's have a look. Whoa. Okay. So there is so Eldonna, feels like there's a connection coming. Feels like you've got a new connection. Does feel like it's about balancing out your emotions. Oh, it's about standing up for your convictions, standing up for your beliefs. It does feel like you're very much, so it does feel like you've got a connection with someone on some level. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean romantic or anything like that, but there is some sort of connection. But you do find yourself having to stand up for yourself in some way. Okay, it's not necessarily romantic or anything like that, but there isn't an emotional connection with someone, and it does feel like you're getting quite passionate about something within the situation. And so you might find yourself, and I'm not talking romantic passionate at all, just feels like you're standing up for what you believe. You're passionate about what you want or what you desire in the connection, with the connection and things going on. So you do find yourself needing to sort of take a breath for a minute and look at how you're reacting to the situation. Okay, it's very much about, how do you choose to react to what's going on in regards to a sense of assertiveness. Being assertive is good, but don't be aggressive. Be careful about not being too aggressive. Don't let your passion get the better of you in many ways in regards to this connection, whatever it is that's going on here. It's very important to sort of balance out your emotions. Yeah. So Egyptian famous. Let's have a look. So you're looking at what will you be together physically. Let's do the Tarot of the Divine. Seems to be looking at me here. Okay, so what's going on here? What's going on with this relationship? What's next? What's going to happen? You're looking at being physical. Okay. Feels like there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of options available in this situation. There's a lot of pathways, a lot of choices or decisions to be made about emotionally which path is going to be taken. So it seems very unsure about when you guys will be together, if together. Just feels like there's a lot of choices and things that need to be made in the situation. I get very much about nurturing your well-being, very much about being able to sort of nurture your well-being. It does feel like there's a lot of choices, a lot of options that need to be looked at, a lot of pathways that you could be on. Here, there's a lot of choices, a lot of options, a lot of things to think about in regards emotionally in the direction that you're moving here. So it's very much about being organized, a sense of taking care of your well-being is what I keep getting here, about taking care of your well-being. So I think there's a lot of things to think about in this situation. I think there's a lot of things that need to be explored, here with the Seven of Cups. I'm getting a lot of exploration needed, a lot of options that need to be explored. It's very much about nurturing your well-being here. Okay, so that's something to think about, Egyptian famous here. Just let me see. I'm just going to see if I can get another. Whoa. Okay. So Egyptian famous. I think there's a bigger picture that you need to look at. I think you need to look at the bigger picture, at what's going on. I want to say and get some sort of clarity about your emotions. I think you need to think about your emotional connections. Think a little bit more about your emotional connections. I think there's a lot of things that you need to think about before any action is actually taken in regards to this relationship. I think there's a lot of things you need to think out in regards to your well-being, your emotional needs as well. There's lots of things to think about here, a lot of things to dive in. So no, it's not saying when you'll be together. It just feels like there's a lot of things that need to be thought about first before anything can happen. There is new beginnings in regards to love. There is a new path to travel. So there might be a lot of things to think about. Yeah. Oops, it just dropped. Do that. Okay, so Alexandra. Okay. Let's do the Rider Tarot deck. Right. What does my past friend Michael think of me after we stop? Okay. Feels like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes in regards to this situation. Feels like there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes emotionally. Okay. And feeling very bound, very limited. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And they feel like there's a limitation. They're very limited to the situation overall, Alexandra. So overall, I think there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't quite see. We're not quite privy to the situation. Definitely feels as though there's a limitation, there's a bound being restricted. So Michael sort of thinks of you as being restricted, or there's a restriction to get to you. Definitely feels restricted. Michelle? Okay. So yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and there is a restriction. There's something being bound. There's a blinded, not being able to see the bigger picture. Seems very blinded by it all. Seems very bound by it, very restricted. So just not seeing what needs to be seen. So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but not being able to see the bigger picture at all. Okay. Grace. Okay, so what's going on with the relationship? What's the foundation? Let's use the Gilded Tarot Royale. Okay, so what's going on with this relationship here? What's the foundation of it? What's going on here? time for some real clarity, time to remove the confusion. It's just time to sort of really get yourself clear in the head. It's time to get yourself clear in the head. That's what I want to. Oh, what else flew out here? Okay, time for some changes. I think it's time for you to step out of this dark cloud that you're in, and time to sort of move forward. It's time for you to sort of let things go, release. Things need to end so that you can create a new beginning. Okay, so it's very much about getting a sense of clarity in the situation. What do you need to release and let go of? Okay, it's important for you to let go, release, surrender to the changes, the transformations that need to take place here. I think it's very important for you to let go, to step into the light. I think you're very much in the darkness here. You're very wound up in what was, instead of allowing yourself to move forward. Okay, so time for you to sort of take a breath and just allow yourself to release and let go of the past so that you can move into the light. Get some clarity in the situation. It's not about getting him back. It's about you living your life. Okay, you need to let that go. Let that go. It's time for you to start living your life. It's time to take the transformation and the changes you need to live your life. Time for you to start stepping into the light. Yeah, it's time for you to make the changes. It's time for you to start living your life for yourself. Oops, why? So here we go. So I'm just waiting for Y's question. YK's question. Yolk. So while I do that, so okay, so what's happening here? Let's do Angel. What's happening? Whew. Okay. So it's talking about a sense of balancing out your emotions. It's time for you to start looking at the yin and yang of the situation. Are you able to receive as much as you're giving out? You need to find balance in your emotions. I feel like your emotions are a little bit out of whack. It's interesting. It looks like the death card is going to stalk us here again. Again, we've got a sense of endings. Things need to end so you can be reborn. That's what I want to say here. I don't know where that came from, but I feel like things need to end so you can be reborn. Okay. Again, you get that sense of having to balance out your emotions. I feel like your emotions are a little bit tangled at the moment, and it's time for you to untangle those emotions, and time for you to let go, release, surrender, allow you to go through the changes, the transformations that you need so you can live your life. Live your life for you. Start living for you. Okay, that's really important here. Okay, time for you to start living your life for you. That's really important here. Okay, time for you to start making the transformation and the changes that you need to start living your life. Feels like you need to untangle, I want to say untangle this emotional stuff that's going on and get some balance in the situation. Okay, time for you to start taking care of you. Okay, so we're going into donations here. So no more free readings at the minute. I will continue to do those that are on the list afterwards. So we do have this list here. So I am doing thing. So I will continue to do the list after I've done this. So please don't type your questions in until I ask. Don't type your questions in until I ask, because they'll just get lost in the scroll. Okay, so what's going on here? Why? Let's just go into Ko-Fi. Oops, let's just type this in. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so I'm doing donations at the moment, so let's just do this. Right, let's connect with, I'm just trying to work out what Oracle deck I'm going to use. Actually, this is weird. I just have to grab a deck. It is hiding in amongst here. Here it is. I had to pull out one of the other decks. I had to go for a little bit of a search. Right, Samson's feelings today. So what's going on with this? What's happening with this relationship? Let's have a look. What have we got here? What's happening with this relationship? What does he bring? What's the foundation? How does he feel? What's the foundation of how he feels? Okay, so let's do those three there. And this one. And let's have a look and see what the Foxfire has got to say for us today. Okay, so let's have a look. What's important? I want to know what's going on. Okay, so the first three cards that flew out. The first card we've got here is the Moon. Feels like there's a cycle. There's a moving into a new cycle. There does seem to be like an ebb and flow of emotions going through here. I feel like there's some cycle in regards to the emotions. It's time for you to sort of look beyond the surface. It's time for you to look a little bit deeper in the in what's going on, in this cycle that's happening, in this phase of what's actually happening here. It's time for you to start looking below the surface. I think you need to, I've just got the words reevaluate. Reevaluate what you believe in. I get a sense of reevaluating what you know about the situation. It's time to reevaluate what's actually happening here. It's interesting here. It's time to reevaluate. I get the words reevaluate what you believe. I feel like there's some lessons to be learnt in this situation here. It's time for you to look at the lessons that you're actually learning from this situation. We'll look deeper into the whole situation. It's time to look deeper into the whole situation, into your relationship, into your connection, into what's actually going on. Time to look below the surface of what you're actually seeing here. I think there's a lot about sort of looking, learning. I feel like there's a lot to discover, a lot to learn in this situation. I feel like there's still a lot for you to sort of get to know. Thank you for Katiana. Thank you very much for your donation. Muchly appreciated. Find a place to withdraw to. That's why I keep getting a sense of, like I said, time for you to learn, time to look below the surface, time to sort of withdraw from the situation, time for you to sort of take a breath and reflect on what's actually happening here. Look at the phase of the situation that's going on. Look at the cycles. Look at the ebb and flow of emotions that are going on here. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff that you need to reevaluate. You need to re-look at in regards to the situation. We've got, it's time to withdraw, a place to withdraw, find a place to withdraw to. So I feel like there's a lot of thinking that you need to do. You need to really look honestly at what's going on here. Look at the facts of his actions. Look at what's going on. I think this is some stuff that you really need to seriously look at here in regards to the situation. Okay? So there's some things for you to really sort of think about in regards to this here. Just want to see. It tells us we must retreat from the world. It's time for us to look below the illusions. It's time to nourish our souls. Find nourishment. So yeah, I think it's really important for you. Okay. So anyway, some things to think about in this situation. Right, we've got another donation here. So I just need a question, please. Thank you, Katerina. I just need a question, please. You're welcome, Y. You're welcome, Yolk. Okay, Katerina. Just need a question, please. So let me have a look at the free list that so All About Maine, Jaguar, and Eudora. I'll do you, and then I will continue with the free list. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry. Yep. And Rashima. Right. Okay, so Katerina, we're up to you next. Right. So you want to know what's going on with your friend, Gina. Okay, so let's do, actually, Starman Tarot. And of course with the Sacred Geometry cards. Let's grab the book here. I'm going to get a little bit more deeper into this. Whoa! So I drop everything. Really clever. Right. No, no one's been taken off. No, everybody's still here. I haven't finished that list yet. I'm just doing the donations first, and then I will continue to do the next. No, you're not taken off the list. I'm still doing that list. I've still got Jaguar. Let's have a look. Who am I waiting? So I've got to do All About Maine, Jaguar, and Eudora. I've got to do those 3 here. So no, everybody's still on the list. I'll go through and do those next 3. So those are the next 3 that need questions. So I'm looking for questions from, questions from All About Maine, Jaguar, and Eudora. So if I can have your 3 questions after I've done this. Right, want to know what's going on with Gina. Let's have a look. Just a deep breath, relax. Right, so what's happening here? Let's look at the foundation. Yes, please, if you 3 can post your questions, that'd be really good. Okay. What's going on with Gina? What's happening here? Let's have a look. So you've got foundation of the connection here. What's going on here? Okay. Let's pull out. Right, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Right. Firstly, what we're doing here is you want to know what's going on with the with your friend. So let's have a look at the first 2 cards we're looking at here. Okay, firstly here we've got Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles. So Queen of Wands is all about being creative. So I feel like your friend sees you as someone who's creative, but also seems to be someone who's very practical. So you're quite practical in the way that you approach projects, you approach things as well. You're quite bold, you're quite dynamic. I think your friend sees you as someone who's quite bold, passionate, creative energy, but also quite practical, always looking for new possibilities, always looking for new options. That's how I feel how Gina sees you. Gina sees you as someone who's creative, who's practical in a way. Okay. Nextly, we have 4 of Pentacles. So what's being held on to? Feels like a wish being fulfilled. Feels like there's a gain to the situation. When you hold on to something, it feels like something's a benefit to the situation, and it's not always a good thing when you hold on to something and you feel like it's a benefit. It may not always be a good thing. So something to sort of think about, what are you holding on to that may not be of benefit to you, that you might feel like it's a gain, that it's positive, but it may not, it may be toxic for you. Just something to sort of think about here in regards to this connection. Okay, so I've got King of Cups here. King of Cups is all about maybe being a bit dreamy about the situation that's going on. So not quite dipping your toes in fully, feeling like you're not going quite full hog. There is this sort of and maybe not showing all of the emotions that are needed. And I've actually got Ace of Pentacles, but I've got it reversed. When I've got Ace, I feel like there's a block to showing your true potential here. There's a block to showing. So they're not quite seeing your true potential. Yep. all about Maine. If you can just type in your question, that'll be great. So Eudora, all about Maine, that'll be really cool if you type in your question. So I do feel like they do see you as someone's very bold, very creative, dynamic, very good, very positive energy. There's a lot of really passionate energy about it, but you're also very practical. Does feel as though that that something's being held on to that may not be totally good for you. It might feel as though it is, but it could be very toxic to the situation, something that you're holding on to in regards to the situation. There is this thing about this not seeing the full potential, because they're not showing their emotions fully, or someone's not showing how they truly feel. Not showing how they truly feel. And so we've got here passion flower. So let's have a look and see what passion flower is all about. 45. Let's have a look at passion flower. Just want to see if it tells. 45. Let's have a look. Oh, it's about. So they're asking you to be a little bit more aware. Self-awareness is quite important. It does say appreciation as well. So let's sort of dive a little bit deeper into this and see what the card actually says. Okay, appreciation and awareness. Embedded within this image is a beautiful configuration known as the flower of life. It's made up of 19 interlocking circles that represent a lattice of pure life force. A brightly colored cardinal, torch ginger, and in the center a passion flower call upon you to recognize and appreciate the perfection of nature and the beauty that lies within yourself. Two hands cradle and dynamically energize this card. This is a prayer of appreciation and a call to awareness. Gaze at the center of this informational pattern and the passion flower at its core. Allow this life force to activate an attitude of appreciation of yourself. This is you appreciating you. Okay, it says it doesn't really matter how anybody else sees you or feels about you. It's more about how you see yourself that's really important here. It's all about you appreciating yourself, filling your awareness with exactly what you need to know at this moment. Feel and recognize what affects you, your body, mind, and spirit. Appreciation is recognition of the divine nature of everything, including the direction your life is taking at this time. Recognize your own value of your own chosen path. Become aware of how your passion is flowering. Recognize the evolution of your visionary path and hold dear the feeling of what it's like to follow your own bliss. So that's what you've been held on to here. So even though they might see you this way, that's why it's about your own potential. So it's about living your life for yourself. I mean, it really is about you moving on for yourself. They might see you as someone creative and dynamic and full of passion, but there's some stuff that you're being held on to. So maybe they're holding on to something that's not beneficial to them. It's very toxic. Like I said, it's toxic. Yeah. So not dipping their toes into the emotion, not showing their emotions, not diving into the relation, into the friendship, whatever, into any way. It's not realizing the potential of it. So it's very much about you appreciating yourself and sort of living life for you. So if you're not talking anymore. So that could be the toxicity if you're thinking that maybe it's a toxic relationship that you need to explore further in yourself and how you can move forward from that. Okay, so hopefully that sort of gives you something to sort of think about in a way that enables you to sort of move forward on your own journey. Take care of you. Look at your own potential. Okay, so all about Maine. Right. And Eudora. And Jaguar. That's what I thought it was. So if Jaguar's still here, I need to look at there. So let's have a look. What order am I doing these questions? So this is what I'm doing at the moment. All about Maine, Jaguar, then Eudora. Right. So let's go back to all about Maine. You're welcome. You're welcome, Katerina. You're welcome. It's really about you, you being empowered on your own journey and not expecting, not waiting around for others. Right, let's have a look here. What have I got for all about Maine? Let's do, actually, I feel like doing the Dark Goddess for you, all about Maine. Okay, so all about Maine, I'm going to continue doing these 3, and then I'll do this next list, which I've got here. So this is the next list I'm going to do. And then I'll have a look and see how we're doing for timing, guys. Oh, shoopers. Forgot your question. Right. What's Llama's purpose in my life at the time? Okay, so let's do, I'm doing the Dark Goddess Tarot. Okay, the first card we're looking at here with this is allowing you to see the bigger picture. It feels like you need to look beyond this immediate world. Feels like there's something bigger going on here. Next one, I've got 8 of Air. It's about releasing yourself from restrictions. It's releasing the limitations that maybe you've placed on yourself at some stage. Feels like there's this need to release and let go, allowing yourself to sort of move forward from these limitations that are going on at the moment. So I think it's about you learning about the boundaries that you may place on yourself, the limitations that you might place on yourself, allowing yourself to see the bigger picture, allowing you to actually move forward, all about Maine. So I do feel like there is this thing with you and being able to sort of see the bigger picture with what's going on, allowing yourself to see where you're dissatisfied with this connection, this relationship in some way, allowing yourself to remove any restrictions that you've placed upon yourself so that you're able to move forward on your life. I feel like there's a sense of actually being able to move forward. At the moment, I think you're very blocked, you're limited yourself to actually moving forward. It's a lot about 8, overcoming those challenges, allowing yourself to feel a sense of I feel like there's a sense of completeness that's yet to be maintained as well. So I think there's a lot in regards to this getting your dealing with your emotions, your thoughts, your passion, or your creative energy as well. So yeah, I think there's lots to sort of think about here. So allowing yourself to see the bigger picture of what's actually going on here by releasing what are you limiting yourself by? What are your limitations that you've placed upon yourself that's stopping you from moving forward? So some things to think about. Right. Next is Jaguar. Now, I did see Jaguar's question back up here. Okay, Santa Muerte. Ooh, right. What does Santa Muerte want you to know? Whoa. That one's popping out here. Okay. I get a sense of standing in your own power, being able to sort of take back what's been taken from you, being empowered on your journey, being able to reflect on what you actually want in your life, being able to sort of harvest that, bring that into your life. By focusing on the direction you actually want to go. So it's very much, very, very clear here about standing in your own power, being able to reflect on what you actually want to bring into your life. What do you want to harvest? And then actually moving in that direction, bringing it in, actually moving in that direction is so important here. You're welcome, all about Maine. You're welcome. So Jaguar, yeah, I do feel like it's very important for you to decide what you truly want. Take back, stand in your own power, take back what you feel is being taken from you, allowing yourself to decide what you actually want to bring into your life and moving in the right direction. And it's interesting here because you've got all sevens. It's interesting because you've got 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Chariot, all sevens. So it's all about moving through initiation. It's all about moving through I want to say good fortune, good, and being able to move through life. You're able to sort of sit or stand for a moment and just sort of reflect, to move forward on your life, to be able to move forward here. It's interesting. So I feel like there's a lot of contemplation going on, a lot of thinking, a lot of deciding what you truly want. And being able to take action to bring it in. Okay, Adora. And then I'll do that next list. JK's thoughts after the email today. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's do the Labyrinth Tarot. Okay, Adora, JK's thoughts regarding me after her email today. So what's going on here? What's JK's actual thoughts? What's JK thinking? Whoo, thinking of opportunities that arise with King of Junk. It's all looking at the opportunities, looking for opportunities, always trying to get the best out of whatever's going on. So it feels like JK's thinking about, you know, what can they get? What's the best that they can do, they can achieve in the situation here. 6 of Junk. It's all looking at what they can receive. I feel like they're looking at what they can receive in the situation. They're looking at their opportunities. JK's thinking about, you know, what's their opportunity in the situation? What are they going to get out of it? What's the best that they can do out of this situation? So I think there's a lot of self-thought going on here. They're thinking about themselves. Yep, Junk's Pentacles. It's 6 of Pentacles. It's a feeling like you need to find a sense of harmony within your well-being, harmony within your health, if you like, or your well-being. Okay, 6 of it's all about that giving and receiving sort of energy. So I'm getting a lot about, you know, how much can they receive if they give, how much are they going to get back? Yeah, it's Pentacles. And King of Junk can be about opportunities that arise, looking for opportunities, always looking for the best out of the situation. So I'm getting a lot about how much they can receive if they give. So you can decide what you're going to do with that. Is up to you, of course. Right. The next list I am about to do. Next list. And really, I think if I can just get some questions from this list. Mary, Shraddha, Andrea, Lucinda, okay, Shopaholic, Whitney, and Rashima. I think that'll be about it for today. So let me just type in ending soon. Means I'm just going to wrap up these. If there's any donations or anything, if anyone wants any readings, hi, it'll be donations because I do need to finish up. I will do this list here though. Mary, Shraddha, Andrea, Lucinda, Shopaholic, Whitney, and Rashima at this stage. Anyone else that comes in, I'm sorry guys, I'm only on for another 20 minutes. So I do need to limit my time, otherwise I burn myself out, especially with working as well. Right, so Mary, let's have a look to see if you've typed your question in. Okay, so let me just flick through here. Just can you join the list? Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to type in Shraddha's. So I've got Shraddha's question here. And then I'll do Andrea. So I just need everyone, those to type in your question, please, once. Please only type your question in once, please. Okay, so what's going on with this relationship? I'm just going to do the Moon Baby Tarot here. Oops, don't want the Meraki. I want Moon Baby. Okay, so what's going on here with this relationship? What's happening here? What do you need to know about this situation? What do you need to know about this situation? What's going on? What's happening here? Why didn't you call? What's going on? Okay. I just got the word soul searching here. I feel like he's doing some soul searching, which is why he didn't call. Again, we get King of Pentacles. Interesting. So I feel like he's soul searching. He's looking for some soul here, looking for some thoughts. He's looking for some, I just get the word soul searching, like he's looking for some reasons about what's going on in his life. He's looking for opportunities to arise. So he's looking for other things to happen. Feels like he wants to, he's not sure what he wants in his life. He's not sure about things. He's not sure about being with you. He's not sure about what's going on here. So I feel like he's looking for other opportunities. He's looking for other things to happen. He's looking for, he's trying to approach this from a practical point of view. Doesn't feel very romantic. You've got the Pentacles, so it's not romance or anything like that. It's not. So you haven't got Cups, which is romance. You haven't got Wands, which is passion. So it just seems a very practical approach to his life. He's got a very practical approach. He seems to be very logical about things, seems to be quite practical in what he wants to do. So he's looking for opportunities, looking for other opportunities. He's trying to decide what he really wants in his life, and he's looking for other opportunities. So it just feels like he just may not be that into you. He may not be You know, it's just not getting that vibe. I'm not getting that energy through that he's really thinking, you know, that he's thinking about you or anything like that. Feels like he's looking for new opportunities. Oh, sorry, my throat. Yeah. So he's looking for other opportunities. Might be time for you to start taking care of yourself. Right, Shraddha. Okay, can I just get some questions from the list that I did? Okay, Andrea, I need your question. Lucinda, Shopaholic, Whitney, and Rashima. Okay, so who am I looking for? Andrea. Let's see what questions are in here. Andrea, right. Do you want to know what's going to happen with Brandon? Okay, I'm ending soon, guys. I'm sorry. If you guys want a reading, donations are going to have to take place because I'm only doing my list that I've got at the moment. So I'm sorry, it's timing with everything like that. You can check out my Ko-Fi. Check out the links down below if you want to know how to contact me or anything for reading. Okay, will Brandon contact you soon? Let's do... Whew, let's do Hocus Pocus. Guys, I'm only on for a limited time. I'm only on for about another 10 or 15 minutes. So we'll see how time goes there. Oh, Brandon. So what's going on with Brandon? Is there going to be any connection? Is he going to contact? What's happening here with Brandon? Let's have a look. Three of Potions. That's Three of Cups. Celebration. So yes, I think there is going to be some contact between you guys. Definitely feels as though, interesting, nine of Pumpkins, which is a gain in the situation here. So definitely feels Potions as being cups. Then you've got Pumpkins as being pentacles. So yeah, I definitely feel like there is contact between you guys. Not sure when, but there is going to definitely be some contact. It does talk about celebration, and here you've got this sense of a gain, an attainment, things actually happening in the situation. So yeah, it does feel like Brandon will contact you soon. There will be some contact, not sure when, but there is definitely some contact coming in for you guys. For you. Right. Next on my list, let's have a look. Lucinda, cool. Thanks for your question. Shopaholic, Whitney, and Rashima. Could you make sure your questions are in there, please? Okay, will you hear from JJ? You're in no contact. Let's do the supernatural. Okay, so what's going on with JJ? Will there be any contact? No contact, contact, no contact. What's going on here? What's happening with JJ? Let's have a look. What's happening? Oh, okay. You've used PayPal. Thank you. Thank you, Unstruck. Let me check that for you. I'll do that next. Takes me a minute to get into PayPal, so you just have to give me a bit of patience here. Okay, so will you hear from JJ as you're in no contact? And the answer here is 5 of Swords, and so no. 9 of Swords can be about defeat. Okay. And we've got 4 of Swords as well come out, which is interesting here. So you got the 5 and 4 of Swords. So it's very much about being defeated, needing to look at the bigger picture. Feels like you need to take some time out for yourself. JJ, you need to do some deep thinking here. You do need to think about foundations in your life, the foundations of your thoughts, your ideas with what's going on here, this perceptions. You need to look at the foundation of your perception in this situation here. So no, I don't feel like you're going to be in any contact here, because I'm getting the words defeat, being defeated, you know, in a battle, overcoming challenges. It just feels like things are in a bit of a taking time out for yourself with the 4. So yeah, very much an alone situation here. So no, there's no contact at this stage, unless something changes, but at this stage there's no contact. Okay, so we've got unstruck here. I'm just going to type in that. Unstruck, I just need your question, please. And let me just get into PayPal, which just takes a minute to get through. I just got to go through a security challenge, so every time I get in here. Okay, so let me through, so that's good. So let's have a look. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, so is Sydney. So you want to know whether she's dating this guy. Now, does that because it affects you, or let's do Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so what's going on with this Sydney and this guy? Is there, what's going on with Sydney and this guy? Okay, so what's happening? And what does Unstruck actually need to know about the situation? Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What's going on with the situation? Firstly, here we've got 8 of Spears. Okay. Feels like something's being restricted. So it feels like something's being held on, that something's being restricted in the situation, that that you're being blinded by the situation. Something's being blinded, something's being restricted by it. There's a sense of perseverance here with 9 of Flowers. There's about perseverance, keep going, not giving up. But there's a sense of, it's also about being wounded as well, being wounded, being hurt. So it feels like someone's restricted in the situation. 4 of Hedgehogs, holding on to something. So feeling very negative energy here. Feels very negative energy. That something's being held on to the situation. That something's being restricted. Restricted from view, not to be seen. Sense of keep wounded. Also getting a wounded sort of feeling from it. Hey, time to let your true self shine through. Okay, so I think overall this is affecting you in some way. So is Sydney Cancer dating the guy she works out with? Okay, so this is obviously about someone else. Okay, this is obviously about someone else. And what does it do to affect you? Unstruck. Okay, so it means that something's very restricted from view. Feels like something's not being seen, something's being hidden in many ways. Feels like there's a sense of wounded, hurt. I feel like this is talking about you being hurt, wounded. Feels like you're being restricted from the situation. You're being left out in the cold, so to speak. It's about time to let yourself shine through. Yeah, I think it's time for you to sort of let your true spiritual path. Time to let go with the white here is about purity, purification, sense of cleansing away the old. Allow the healing to actually take place here. I think there's a lot of self-healing needed in this situation. So I feel like you're holding on to something here. You're holding on to what could be, but it may not be. So it's time to let your true self shine. She's wounded from you, okay, and so that's why things have moved on. Okay, it's time to let your true self shine through. So let's have a look and see what Alice says here. Keeping up. Time to move forward. Immense effort. So let's have a look and see what Alice actually says here. Card number 14. So let's have a look and see what she actually says. Immense effort. Okay. Well, in our country, said Alice, still panting a little, you generally get to somewhere else if you ran very fast for a long time, as we've been doing. A slow sort of country, said the Queen. Now here you see it all takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. The lessons of your life are taking place at a fast rate, far too swiftly for you to process them. It seems you're only just keeping up with all the changes coming to you. You must work very hard to make any discernible progress for now. You've been trying and trying to get ahead, and you always seem to be in the same place. This could be almost in any aspect of your life. We're talking about relationships at this stage, but it can be about career, success, and finances. At this point in time, the answer is to work even harder. You will not have to do this much work with this much effort, perhaps ever again. But the only way out of the current situation is to accelerate, get intense, and push for the breakthrough that is just ahead of you. You'll need to devote more time than you would wish, and sacrifices will need to be made. However, if you do this, you'll push through the resistance and explode into the next stage of your life. Put all your effort into surging ahead and watch as you begin to move in the tiniest of ways, ahead of where you've been. Once you take that lead, stay focused on where you're going, and you'll begin to leave the place you find yourself in now. When you push through, others will recognize the incredible dedication you have to your own life. This will inspire them to push forward with their own dreams too. One thing is for sure, the intensity of your approach brooks no resistance. Your movement and energy will drive away all stagnation. Now go. So it's a time to work hard, getting ahead, determination, resolve to push through into the next stage, the urge to improve your status and be rewarded, moving quickly with strength and stamina, a great deal to process and integrate. Okay, so it could be about you moving forward in your own journey, thinking about where you want to be in regards to other areas of your life, not just relationship, but also all areas of your life as well, and allowing you to sort of focus on what's of value to your journey, what's needed in your journey. Not necessarily what you desire, but what's absolutely needed. It's time for you to cleanse away, get some healing, self-healing going in, letting your true self shine so that you can move ahead on your journey here. So it feels like she's wounded. She might be hurt from you. She's feeling very restricted with what's going on. There might be a lot of stuff being held on to in both parts, in both of you. So she might be holding on to old wounds, but you may be holding on to what you hope could be. But it's time to let yourself shine through here. It's time to really to be able to move forward here. So it's really about looking at, I want to keep going like the movement forward, like the clock, like the time. You know, your time is precious. Your time is precious. So it's about living your life to the fullest here. Don't put yourself on a stopwatch. Don't put your time on a stop. It's time to let that time keep moving forward. Okay. Hopefully that gives you some things to think about, Unstruck. I know it's a really difficult time and things can be really, really difficult, but it's time for you to let your true self shine through. Time for you to do the healing that you need. Cleanse away what you've been holding on to in regard to this situation. And I know that's not easy. Well, basically, I feel like she's moved on. I feel like she's held on to that wound, that she's moved on. She even might be letting herself shine through. So it's time for you to do your own healing. Time to think about you. Time to sort of move forward in your own life without that there. So it feels like she's definitely moved on from you. It's time to let yourself shine through. Right, let's do this list. Okay, so Unstruck, yeah, it feels like she's moved on and it's time for you to start looking at your own life now. It's time to take care of yourself. And a shopaholic is what I'm up to. Hi, shopaholic. So I've got a question from you, Whitney and Rashima. Okay, and I'm just looking at the time here. I should really be finishing up. So I'm just waiting to see if I've got Shopaholic, Whitney, and Rashima still here. So I'll just do these three. Let's do the Rashima. Let's do Gilded Tarot. Right, will you get married? What's going on with Rashima? Well, you know, is there any possibility of marriage or anything like that? What's going on here? Okay. Firstly, we get the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is very much about things being final, things being ending. So when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about I feel like you're going to go through a lot of crossroads, a lot of choices before anything can actually happen. So at this stage with the energy, with the unsure, trying to find a sense of inner peace within yourself. It feels like there's a lot of endings, a lot of relationships. I feel like you're going through a lot of relationships. So at this stage, the energy says no. There's no marriage at this stage. But things can change depending on your healing and things that are going on within yourself. Okay. So Rashima, it just definitely feels as though no, not at this stage. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's finishing, a lot of ending. You're going to find yourself at crossroads with a lot of choices yet to be made. Hi Tristan, how are you? It has been a while. Okay, hi Angela. Right, okay, so definitely feels as though not at this stage. It feels like you've got a lot of stuff that you're dealing with, a lot of thoughts and ideas, perceptions and things that you may need to actually deal with personally. So I think there's a lot of stuff going on there. Oh, Lucinda, you just saw your reading? Cool, no worries. Okay, so I'm just checking my list. Shopaholic and Whitney. Shopaholic and Whitney. I'm just trying to work out who's there. Oh, you've moved. You've moved. Okay. Cool. Hey, guys, I've been on for, what, an hour and 15 minutes? So I was just going to do the last couple here with Shopaholic and Whitney. And Mary. I didn't see, I don't know if I saw a question from her. So I'm just seeing who else. Okay, so Angela, let me just do this. What I'm going to do here is, if I don't do your reading today, because I'm really getting this thing, so what I want to do is in the comments below, comment below, not comments. Right. Right. So what I'm going to do is, if you want your question answered, we'll do a separate video after lunch for you all. So if you haven't typed, so you haven't thing in, I'm really wanted to do the last couple, but those people haven't typed in. So it was Mary with a heart. Mary with a heart. Whew. So Mary with a heart, and there was Shopaholic, and Whitney. So I'm really going to have to get going. So if you guys can just please comment below in the video, after the video is being processed, you just comment below and I'll do a separate video for you guys because I really need to get going. I need to have some lunch. I need to chill. I've been up since fairly early this morning. I've been up since 7 and it's now 11:15. So I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. So if you guys want to type in your question in the comments below, I will do your questions after lunch. So please, and if you guys want to donate, you'll get a longer reading, of course. Don't forget to check out the links, of course. If you want to book a private reading, of course, or you want to donate. Oh, because I just fucking around with that. That didn't mean to happen. So yeah, no more. I've finished, guys. I've absolutely finished. I've had it. I really need to have a hot drink and just chill for a little bit. And after lunch, I will do a separate video for you. If you type your question in the comments section down below, please, in the comments section down below. Okay, so don't forget to check out my Ko-Fi for membership details. Okay, so let me just fill in this here. Just take a second here. Guys, I'm going to have to quit. I'm absolutely exhausted. I just need to really self-care. Done some fantastic readings. Thanks to everybody who's been here. Really, really appreciate you guys coming in. Sorry I can't get to your reading right this minute, but please, if you comment down below, I will do your reading after lunch in a separate video. Okay, guys, I've got to quit. I've got to say goodbye.